During the Spanish era, Baguio was still a small highland community known as Cafaguay. The Spanish were drawn to the region because of its rich natural resources and economic potential.
Early expeditions by Juan Salcedo in 1572 and Don Quirante in 1664 attempted to control the area but faced strong resistance from the Igorots. It wasn't until 1846 that Comandante de Galvez established a Spanish command post in La Trinidad Benguet and organized a province with 31 small communities.
Pulito, a local leader from Cafaguay, became the first Capitan of Benguet. The Spanish later moved the administrative center of Baguio to its present location, now the City Hall.
The city's modern history began with the American occupation of the Philippines following the 1898 Treaty of Paris. In 1900, the U.S. established Benguet Province under Act No. 48, designating Cafaguay, renamed Baguio, as its capital. Seeking a cool retreat from Manila's heat, the Philippine Commission declared Baguio the summer capital in 1903. In December, year 1904, Daniel H. Burnham, renowned for Chicago's urban redesign, arrived in the Philippines at the behest of Secretary of War William Howard Taft. Burnham spent 6 weeks surveying the Cordilleras, departing in January year 1905. His report on proposed plan of the city of Baguio, province of Benguet, Philippines, submitted on October 3, 1905 to Taft, envisioned a garden city for residents, inspired by Washington, D.C.'s ordered layout.
Somewhat, the implementation of Burnham's plan fell to William E. Parsons, the consultant architect from 1905 to 1914, who drained the swamp, planted pines, and laid out initial paths, though funding delays stretched completion into the 1920s. By then, locals had rechristened it Burnham Park, honoring its visionary. By the 1920s, Burnham Park emerged as Baguio's social and recreational core. The artificial lake became a boating attraction surrounded by rose gardens and dahlias thriving in Baguio's temperate climate. Pathways lined with Benguet pines hosted American expatriates, Filipino elites, and Ibaloy converts chartered in 1909 via Act No. 1963. By the late 1930s, the park mirrored Burnham's intent, a communal space reflecting Baguio's role as a colonial retreat and emerging Filipino city, with a population nearing 24,000 by the 1940 census.
The war began for Baguio on December 8, 1941, when the Japanese warplanes bombed Camp John Hay just hours after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Although the U.S. Army evacuated the camp by December 23, the city government still functioned.
By December 27, Japanese troops entered Baguio through Nagilan Road. Under Chief of Police Kit, Baguio was declared an open city and was peacefully occupied without a single shot fired. The Japanese quickly set up their administration, first at a Japanese school on Trinidad Road, then at the Baguio Hotel, and eventually at the Masonic Temple.
Camp John Hay was converted into a garrison, also partly into a concentration camp. In response, many locals fled to the mountains and supported the growing guerrilla movement, which actively resisted Japanese control.
In 1944, General Yamashita and President Laurel's government moved their headquarters to Baguio as the Allies advanced and marked our return to Leyte. On January 8, 1945, American and Filipino forces began to attack Buchanan and Naguilian roads. Baguio was heavily bombed and many residents sheltered at the cathedral. Due to a food crisis, Yamashita allowed evacuations before retreating north. Baguio was fully liberated on April 27, 1945.
On September 2, 1945, Yamashita was captured in Kiangan, Ifugao, and was brought back to Baguio. On September 3, 1945, at the U.S. Ambassador's residence in Camp John Hay, Yamashita and Vice Admiral Denhichi Okuuchi signed the unconditional surrender of Japanese forces in the Philippines.
They handed over their samurai swords. To show respect,
Colonel billeted Yamashita and his 10 top officers as prisoners of war. After the solemn ceremony, they were transported to the New Bilibid prison, ending World War II in the Philippines.
Baguio is not just a scenic summer capital, it is a city of profound national importance and a witness of Filipino courage. Its rule during the World War II, from occupation to liberation, reminds us that even in times of devastation, unity and bravery can lead to freedom. In Baguio, the struggle for independence and the triumph of peace were not just fought on battlefields. They were deeply felt in the hearts of Filipino people. This legacy of courage and resilience continues to shape our national identity